Students, I welcome all of you once again to the third revision session. Today we are going to recap once again the lesson number 7, nutrition and diet. Once again, very shortly we will learn whatever we have learnt in the previous lesson. Okay, and at the end of this session we will try to solve certain kind of the objective which will be there for your unit test exam. So now let's revise once again over here. Now students, which main constituents of the food do we get from the given picture which is displayed in front of you? Any guesses? Yeah, you can see that over here different grains are there, different vegetables are there. Am I right? So in these different vegetables, in the different fruits, in the different type of the cereals which are displayed in front of you, what type of the nutrition which we get? Yeah, any guesses? Yeah, there are basically main 6 components which are there in our food stuff. What are they? Carbohydrate, fats, proteins, fibers, vitamins and mineral. These are the 6 components which are present inside the food material, and these 6 components we get from the food material. Okay, and after that basically these 6 components which are present in our food material, they are very important for different kind of the processes which are occurring inside our body. So why basically food is required? What are the major functions of this food material in our body? The first function is that to obtain the energy. The first function is that what? To obtain the energy. So food gives us energy. Secondly, food helps in the growth of the body. Food helps in the growth of the body. Thirdly, food helps to carry out the daily functions of the body. Like daily functions of the body like walking, running, talking, speaking. Even there are many type of the activities which are going inside our body. Blood circulation, digestion, excretion. There are many sort of things which occurs inside our body. So even that activities are conducted because of the food material. Even food is very important to fight all type of the diseases. When we consume a lot of food, our body will gain the immunity, and then we will be able to fight any type of the disease. Okay, so this is the basically functions of the food material which we consume on the daily basis. And one more thing guys, let me tell you that over here, whatever constituents of food which are there inside the food material, that constituents we call it as what? Nutrients. What we call it as? Nutrients. So what are the basic constituent? Carbohydrate, protein, fat, mineral, vitamin. We call them as what? Nutrients. Understood? In living thing, the process of taking in food and water and using it for the growth and the other processes, we call it as what? Nutrition. What we call it as? Nutrition. So whatever material we consume, that we call it as nutrition, and the whatever component which are present inside the food material, we call it as what? Nutrient. Understood my point over here? Now we'll talk about one by one very shortly what are the components are there and what exactly it gives. So always remember that maximum energy giving nutrient is carbohydrate. Who gives us energy? Carbohydrate. From where we get the carbohydrate, students? Rice, chapati, roti, bread, even potato which we consume. So it gives us energy. Understood now? So that's why you must have noticed that in our diet also, in our food material also, rice quantity and chapati quantity, it is more as compared to sabzi and dal, etc. Because our body require maximum energy, and maximum energy we get from the carbohydrate, and that's the reason in our diet rice, chapati, roti, bread, it should be in the more quantity. And always remember that cereals are our staple food. They are our main food material. Understood now over here? So the energy providing food is mostly carbohydrate. After that, carbohydrate, for daily cooking purpose we use oil, we use ghee, we use butter, etc. So this ghee, oil, butter, etc. we call it as what? Fats. We call it as what? Fats. So always remember that whatever material we eat like oil, ghee, butter, even they also provides us energy. but that doesn't mean we will consume them on the larger quantity. We have to consume them in very little bit quantity. And always remember that food provides us heat, okay, and heat is measured in the kilocalories. Heat is measured in the kilocalorie. So remember this, heat is measured in kilocalories, okay. So even fat also gives us energy, but as compared to carbohydrate, the component of the fat in our diet, it should be very minimum, not more, okay. And after fat, the most important food stuff which should be in our diet, that is the protein. Now from where we get the protein, you can see that over here. We get protein for milk. Milk is the best source of protein, carbohydrate and fat. Then you can see that over here, non-veg, then egg, then dry fruits. These are the different components which are rich in the protein, and we should have in our diet. Now you must be thinking, why protein is important? The protein is important for the growth of our body, and most importantly, the protein is important for repairing the wear and tear of the body. Wear and tear means what? On daily basis, new cells are formed in our body. So for the new cell, body has to prepare the body cell and the tissue, etc. So that's the reason you can see that over here, protein are the building block of a body, and for maintaining our growth and the development, the protein is very important. Understood now? So carbohydrate, protein and fat, okay. And last but not least, in the nutrition part over here, minerals and the vitamins. From where we get the minerals and vitamins? Minerals and vitamin we get basically from the all type of the fruits and all type of the leafy vegetable. So that's why fruits and vegetable we have to eat in the more quantity in order to get the minerals and vitamin. So why they are important? So these minerals and these vitamin, they improve the body's resistance to the disease and the other life processes. So if we want to increase our immunity, then we have to eat more and more fruits, and we have to eat more and more vegetable also, so that our body will fight against all type of the diseases very easily, okay. So that's why minerals and vitamin, they are very important. So guys, I have listed few type of the minerals in front of you. Very quickly we will go through that. Please go through the notebook, whatever notes we have provided to you, please go through that once again. And most importantly, textbook must be you must be having. So from the textbook also, read each and every line. Read each and every line from the textbook. So from that only any type of the objective question will come for your exam. So how many minerals are present in our food material, like in the vegetable and the fruits? Like you can see that over here, I have listed few minerals over here. Iron, you can see that over here, calcium, phosphorus, then iodine, then sodium and potassium. So these are the minerals which are present in our body. Now what is the function of iron in our body? Where iron is present? This iron is present in our blood. So what is the function of the iron? Iron carries the oxygen to all parts of the body. We do the respiration process, so the oxygen has to be carried as it is in the gaseous form. So oxygen, it is carried by the iron, okay. From where we get the iron? What food material we have to eat to get the iron? Meat means non-veg, spinach, okay, spinach is the best source of the iron, then apple, and then raisins. So these are the food material we should have it in our daily diet to get the iron. Then after that, you can see that over here, calcium and phosphorus. So calcium and phosphorus, what they do? They strengthens our bones and the teeth. Our teeth and the bones. Who strengthens? Calcium and phosphorus. Where we will get calcium and phosphorus? Milk and any type of the milk product like butter, cheese, curd, etc. Any type, okay. So milk and milk product, and at the same time you can see that green leafy vegetable. So they are rich in the calcium as well as in the phosphorus. Then later on, what is important? Iodine. From where we will, what is the function of the iodine? It controls growth and it speeds up the chemical reaction which are present in our body. And from where we will get the iodine? We will get the iodine from resins, beans, fish, etc. Okay. And the next one is what? Sodium. And what is the function of the sodium and potassium? It maintains the body water balance, and it even functions the muscle nervous system properly. So for the functioning of our body, sodium and potassium, these minerals are very important. And from where we will get the sodium and potassium? We will get from the salt, cheese, leafy vegetable, fruits, pulses, etc. Understood? So these many minerals are present in our body. So these are certain function and even the sources. Please go through that once again. Okay. After that, what else we can learn, students, over here? Even let me tell you that there are basically two type of the vitamin which are present in our diet. One is the water soluble vitamin and the one is a water insoluble vitamin. So what is the water soluble and water insoluble? The vitamin which can dissolve in water. The vitamin which can dissolve in water, they are called as what? Water soluble vitamin. And water soluble vitamin, only two are there, vitamin B and vitamin C. Vitamin B and vitamin C, they are the water soluble vitamin, I tell you once again. Okay. And the vitamin which are not soluble in water, but they are soluble in fatty substances. They are soluble in what? Fatty substances. So the vitamin which are soluble in the fatty substances, they are called as what? Water insoluble vitamin or fat soluble vitamin. So who are the fat soluble vitamin? Vitamin A, D, E, K. So only two are water soluble, B and C. B and C only water soluble, and remaining other than B and C like A, D, E, K, they are not water soluble, they are fat soluble vitamin. Understood now the difference between the water soluble vitamin and the difference between the water insoluble vitamin? So here I have listed the certain sources of the vitamin and again deficiency of the vitamin. Let me tell you students, these vitamin, they are required in our body in very little bit quantity per day, but they are very essential. If they are absent in our body, if they are get deficient in our body, then we will get the disease. Understood? So that's why student, always remember that we require the vitamin in the very smaller quantity, but they are important. So from where we will get the vitamin A? Vitamin A, what is the function of the vitamin A? Where it helps us? Vitamin A helps us to protects the eyes, means it keeps our vision straight. I mean, we can see the things clearly just because of the vitamin A. Even it helps to keep the skin and the bone very healthy. So I'm sorry. So this is the function of the vitamin A. From where we will get the vitamin A? Vitamin A we will get from the carrot, milk, butter, then dark green vegetable, sweet potato, then yellow fruits and vegetable, etc. Suppose if anybody is having the deficiency of vitamin A, then the person might suffer from the night blindness. What do you mean by night blindness? That person cannot see in the dim light at all. So this is a night blindness person might suffer because of the deficiency of vitamin A. Even person might suffer from the xeroderma. What do you mean by xeroderma? Xeroderma means what? The condition where skin becomes very dry. Okay. Now, the vitamin B1. In B type also there are many variety. So this vitamin B1 helps in the proper function of the nervous system and for the proper function of the heart. Where vitamin B1 is present? It is present in milk, fish, meat, cereals, nuts, pulses, etc. So suppose if vitamin B1 is less in our body, then what will happen? It will cause the beriberi. What is beriberi? It is a type of the nervous disorder, and even it can cause to the muscle weakness if B1 is absent in our body, or if it is very less in our body. And later on you can see that vitamin B9. Why vitamin B9 is very important? It is important for growth of the body. From where we will get it? We will get it from the dark green vegetable, papaya, kiwi. Okay. And what is the function of if they are very less in amount? So what disease it can cause? It can cause improper growth of the body, anemia, then forgetfulness. We can forget the things very easily. Then slow and sluggish movement. So these are the diseases which might occur because of the vitamin B9 deficiency. Suppose if any person is lacking vitamin B12, then what might can happen? Anemia can happen. So B12 we will get from meat, milk product, etc. What is the function of the vitamin B12? It helps in the formation of red blood cell. Next, vitamin C. Okay, vitamin C, from why it is important? It is important to protect the tissue. It forms the collagen. It helps to protect the gums, teeth, bone, and the skin. Vitamin C we will get from the all type of the sour fruits. Okay, like amla, kiwi, grapes, orange, all type of the sour fruits, even in the lemon, etc., tomato. Okay, so right now here in this situation, vitamin C is very important. Okay, and if suppose vitamin C is very less in our body, then we might suffer from the scurvy. Scurvy is the condition where bleeding of gums might occur. Even thyroid can occur because of the vitamin C deficiency. Vitamin D, from what is the function? Vitamin D, it absorbs the calcium and phosphorus for the good bones and the teeth. And again, on the exposure of the vitamin D, our body, it is very helpful. And again, we will get it from the milk, fish, egg, and the butter, etc. And suppose if vitamin D is very less in our body, then we might suffer from the rickets. What is the meaning of rickets? A softening of the bones. The bones might suffer, and the patient might suffer from the bone joint pain, etc. Vitamin E function: it helps in the smooth functioning of the metabolism, reproduction of the cell, and the efficiency of the muscle cell. From where we will get the vitamin E? We will get from the wheat, green leafy vegetable, vegetable oil, etc. So if it is less, then what might occur? It causes the weak muscle, obstruction, skin disorder, etc. And where vitamin K helps us? It helps in the blood clotting. The blood clotting is very important, so vitamin K helps us. So from where we get the vitamin K? We get from the leafy vegetable, green cabbage, broccoli, sprouted pulses, etc. So what will happen if vitamin K is less? We suffer from the excessive bleeding after injury, etc. Okay, so that's why student, all these vitamins are present in the fruits and vegetable. So that's why remember to eat all type of the fruit, and remember to eat all type of the vegetable as well. Okay, now that's why to have the proper body, we need to have the balanced diet. What do you mean by balanced diet? Balanced diet means what? A diet containing adequate quantity of all the nutrient. Means our diet should have carbohydrate, it should have fruits, it should have vegetable, it should have protein, it should have fat. Everything should be in our food. You can't keep on eating only chapati whole day. You can't keep on eating butter all day or cheese all day. Everything should be there in our food, little. Okay, so this type of the diet we call it as what? Balanced diet. So what is the definition of the balanced diet, student? A diet containing adequate quantities of all the nutrient, we call it as what? Balanced diet. Understood over here? And most importantly, not all the fruit and the vegetable, the most important component of our diet is our water. Okay, even the water is equally important, because water is important to supply all type of nutrient to our each and every part of the body. It is very essential, and that's why always remember, student, we must keep on drinking milk, buttermilk, lemon juice, sherbet, fruit juice, and as much as water you can have, you should have it daily. Okay, because water helps us to provide all type of the nutrition to all parts of the body. Understood? So that's why water is very important. And most importantly, there are two type of the condition which might occur because of either you eat very less food, or either you overeat something. So if you eat any type of the food which is very less, then this condition is called as a malnutrition. So malnutrition means what? It occurs when the nutrients that the body need are not obtained in the proper proportion. So if person does not get sufficient food, then person will suffer from the malnutrition. And suppose if in any case person eats the extra food, person rather than required, okay, if any person eats extra food rather than required, then that condition, it is called as what? Overnutrition. Understood? So what is malnutrition, what is overnutrition? You can see this from diagram. So this person did not get proper food, that's why you can see the condition of this person. And this fellow ate the food in the larger quantity than requirement of the body. So this condition is called as what? Overnutrition. So this is overnutrition condition and this is malnutrition condition. Okay, so that's why to avoid malnutrition, to avoid overnutrition, one should have the balanced diet in the proper proportion. Understood what is the meaning of balanced diet, student? And most importantly, many of the time you must have seen that in the market etc, people mix up the food material just to get the more profit. Okay, even you must have seen that milkman adds more water in the milk. Okay, so water he is adding which is of no use to get the more profit. So this type of the condition, it is called as what? Adulterant, or we call it as what? Adulteration of the food. So what is the adulterant, student? Basically, in order to earn more profit, cheaper substances of low quality are mixed with the food stuff, and these substances which we are adding, it is called as what? Adulterant. And the adding them to the food stuff, it is called as what? Adulteration of the food. So this adulteration happens everywhere in the food market. So addition of water in the milk, so water is the adulterant. Okay, so what are the adulteration? Let's see that over here one by one. Basically, so you can see that in the, suppose if you are purchasing milk, so in milk what can be the adulterant here? Water and the chemicals like urea and the starch they might add just to give white volume to the milk and to give heavy texture to the milk. And in chili powder which we buy from market ready made, in the chili powder most of the time they even add the brick powder. So we can't really distinguish between the brick powder and the chili powder. Even sometimes they add the pumpkin powder as well, just we won't understand that. Okay, so that's why we have to avoid ready-made food stuff as much as we can. We should bring it at home. And suppose if you want to buy the peppercorn, in peppercorn they add the papaya seeds. Suppose if you want to eat ice cream, in ice cream they add washing soda and pepper pulp as a chemical just to increase the product. Suppose if you want to you must have seen at home also, we bring rice and wheat cereal etc. So in that you must have seen most of the time stones have been added in the larger quantity. Okay, and even peanut also pebbles, stones are added. So when you buy anything, the weight of the stone becomes very much high. So we have to avoid all type this adulterant, and while buying any type of this food stuff, check for the adulterant and then only buy it. Okay, otherwise we will suffer out of nutrition. So it shouldn't happen that. Okay, so let's see the question once again. So this type of question will come in front of you. There will be 4 options. So what option? You can see that, guys, over here. What is the question? Which of the following is the water soluble vitamin? Option 4 given: vitamin A, vitamin D, vitamin C, vitamin K. So what is the right option, student? Can you guess that? I told you there are only 2 water soluble vitamin, vitamin B and vitamin C. Remaining all are water insoluble. So what is the correct option over here? The correct option is option C. Vitamin C is water soluble. Understood? So this is a right option. So if you feel that C option is right, you will click on this option. Okay, here like this, you will bring your mouse and you will click here. After that, suppose if in exam if you are asked true or false, so this kind of option will be given: calcium and phosphorus strengthens the bone. Is it true or false, students? Yeah, of course, calcium and phosphorus strengthens our bones now. So is it true or false? Yeah, it is true. So if you feel that it is true, then click on the A option. Okay, then so next question, you might get answer in one word type of question. So even in answer in word type of question, you don't have to type anything. Again you will be provided with the option. So like this you have to answer. So what is a question? Read carefully. In order to earn more profit, cheaper substances of low quality are mixed with the food stuff. They are called as what? What we call them as, student? Option A, carbohydrate. Option B, protein. Option C, adulterant. What do you feel? Yeah, just now we learned now about the adulterant. So what is the correct option over here? Option C is the correct option. Option C over here is the correct option. Then the option C is the right over here. So the adulterant will be the right option. Got it? So student, likewise you have to click on the right option. Okay, do well in your exam, and any type of the topic is there for your exam like natural resources and the nutrition and diet, read it thoroughly. Read everything. Objectives are going to come. Okay, I know you will rock in your exam. Wish you very all the best. Do well. Take care.